Yeah. Hey, Tony, you there, buddy?
I'm here, buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man.
Let's see, we're going to have probably the most exciting day today that we've had since we started this company 2.5 years ago. This is the biggest announcement we're going to have. So better listen up, everybody. And you got a whole of 13 people on here right now or something. So, but I guarantee you by next Saturday, we'll have 1,000 people on here with what we're doing. And you're the guy that started it. So I'm going to tell everybody the story. There's going to be a lot going on. We're going to get the YouTubers on here, get this company on a roll. We're actually, it really is the most exciting day since we started the company because we put the puzzle together. It's all done.
Yep.
And now when everybody, sees it, they're going to go, oh, wow, that's what this was all about. Yeah, exactly. This shit isn't easy, right?
Correct. It's a lot to put together, man. A lot.
Yeah.
But it's coming together, so that's good news.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually very positive from what happened the last couple of days to where we are today, because it kind of slid right into where we were going. Although I was a little upset about it, but we're at the right place at the right time. You got people on right now?
Yeah.
We got who's on?
Kevin and Laurel.
Hey, Kevin and Laurel, how you guys?
And Michael Rukalvis.
Excuse me for blowing my nose, but my sinuses are whacked out. So Mike Rukalvis is on. Who else? Let me see.
Graham.
Hey, George, how you doing, buddy? That's an eye test.
Here, I'll give you my iPad. Give me 1 second.
Clockwork Media. I guess that'd be Clockwork Orange, huh? Let's see. Hey, Art Richards is on. Hey, morning, Art. Kim. So we have a very small amount. Here's what's kind of interesting. On our system, so you guys understand, we have the ability to send out push messages through our tech platform. We don't have to go outside to some other email platform or somebody else's text platform. It's all built in our system that then goes through our mobile app. This is the whole reason to get everybody on the mobile app, because she sent out last night 110,000 messages.
119,000.
Excuse me, 119,000 messages. Now that 119,000 doesn't mean everybody got one or everybody opened one or all of that stuff. But as we start to build the business, keep this in mind, we could have 500,000 people on the system. And I'm not talking about too far down the road. It could be down the road, 90 days from now, we could have 500,000 people. Well, it costs us zero to communicate with those people. The big cost savings in all this is looking at every piece of your business component that costs you money to run. And how do you strip that cost out so you're ultra competitive? That's what we've been trying to do for the last 10 months since we've gotten up on this system we're on. And that's what we can do. And it's very exciting. Last night was the first night we punched out 110,000, 15,000 people.
So, but it went to their app.
Yeah, it went to their app. So we know that, but that's a training thing we're going to get into. Train people to use the tools we have, not make up new tools we don't have, because we don't need them. I mean, you guys are privileged to be part of a system that's a tier 1 enterprise system. It's the 3rd largest delivery rideshare company on the planet. The system that we're on right now. So when somebody says it doesn't work, no, it works. It's human error. We go back through it. And yes, there are some screw ups on our part, but they're so minimal, it doesn't even matter. But the point is, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff, and I'm going to try to cover it in a very short period of time. But it's about being efficient and about how to recruit. You're going to learn to go back to the people that recruited you, who put you in this deal, who are now gone. Where are those people that put you in this deal? I guarantee you right now, in 30 days, they're all going to be coming back, holding your hand and kissing it. Because now you're on top, they're second tier. That doesn't mean that's the way it's going to end up, because they're your sponsor. But they're going to get re-engaged, because when you see this thing and what we're going to turn on later this week, we have solved the Rubik's Cube for this industry. We're going to dominate this industry. We're going to do exactly what we did the day we started. when we said we're going to change the industry by giving 100% of the ride fare to the driver. That was unheard of. Here we are a year and a half later, we're still giving the same deal out, but there's no momentum in the company because all the leadership left. So you guys are the new leaders in the company. You have 117,000 names in our database and you own them. So once the new program's announced, which is the final of 3 pieces of the puzzle, all these people are going to be back on top of this thing because the payout is so enormous, and the pay-in will be absolutely zero to get you going. So we haven't announced it. We're not going to announce the exact numbers. We're just going to talk about them tonight. So when we revolutionized the business and said, and we had no business up and running, 100% of the ride share back to the driver. That put 120,000 people in our system almost overnight. In 4 months, we had 117 or 18, 20,000 people in the system. We still have those people. Last night, a lot of them got, re-engaged for the first time. Heard from us. You guys are going to have the ability to reach out to those people as we start to build the business going forward. One of the other things that we did that was super, forget about the stock side, trying to make everybody a shareholder in the company because they earn their way in, and you hear all the nonsense. If you guys want to listen to nonsense, turn on any TV station. You can get plenty of it, man. If you want some real nonsense, you can dig deeper. But the things that we did to blow the industry apart that really set us apart is when we came back with the restaurants on the delivery service and you said, you know what, we're not charging the 30 or 35 or 40%. We're not going to charge any percentage. We're just going to charge a flat fee for the business. And we looked around the marketplace. We looked at everybody's, pricing models and all this and that. And the thing that we found, one was it was very flexible. The smaller you were, the more screwed you got. So if you're a small restaurateur, maybe with 20 tables, you're paying 40, 50% if you want somebody to pick up. And if you're not, you're just getting screwed. We made a decision. Retail is about consistency with your customer. So the customer knows exactly what they're going to get every time they order something from you. There's no hidden agenda. Hey, Tony, hey, go mark up that thing over there. We got some customers coming, That's not the way retail works if you're going to run a great business. And I'll just name 2, Costco and Home Depot. You look at those 2 great animals, and why are they doing so well today when Walmart is struggling against the behemoth of Amazon? Ask yourself those questions. And the reason they compete very well and dominate their space is there's no foolery. There's no game playing. Their price is their price. And then they do a promotion once in a while, but mostly they don't even do promotions. So we came back and said, hey, we're going to a flat fee. And we did that before we had the system up and going and everything. We looked at the market and understood it. So we have a $2 and $3 flat fee. We have if you want to be part of something a little bit bigger and a little more discount oriented, which is, just like like Amazon does with their Prime program, we have a membership program also. So you can pay us $100 and then you can lower your fee monthly and it's all straight above board. There's no hidden agenda. So that was another major blow, but yet we have not opened the business. We've opened, but we haven't really opened. We had, let's go do Nashville. And what everybody did, they went to sleep. I mean, maybe we just should have opened the doors and then all took a snoozer and see what happened. Because not much went on. We sent guys down there. William Mathis jumped on board. We had a number of you folks on there that jumped on board to get it going. And it is moving. We're signing 3, 4, 5, 6 restaurants a day now organically. We haven't spent a dime that everybody said, go blow your brains out. Let's go blow our brains out. Let's go spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in advertising. And guess what you're going to get? You're going to get the same effect you have here right now because we haven't built the company. Building the company is about you on this call right now. That's building the company. It's not worrying about, can I get a consumer to get on board? We know the consumer is going to be there. So the big shocker, number 2, was pricing model to the restaurants. We destroyed the pricing model. We will wreck this industry. Trust me. Tony knows exactly because he and I had this whole conversation about flat fee pricing, not just on the restaurant side of that, but in other kinds of areas, delivery. And a lot of times when, the boss isn't there every 5 minutes, shit gets translated improperly. And I'm saying this in a good way, because I believe in a business, if you don't have stress in your business, you're not doing business. You need to take every aspect of your business. It's a problem. Look at it. Yeah, somebody got yelled at last week. Park that out of your brain because it doesn't really matter. The fact is, it puts stress on the business. It made people in the company think about what they're saying, what they're doing. What happened was a good thing because we got to look into the business again in a short window of time, just a few days. And it's also helping us with what we're coming up with, the final analysis of our business to light this puppy up across the whole United States. And we're going to change the model radically in the next 3 or 4 days. I'm not telling you what we're doing, but there's no reason that not any driver will sign up with you, or not any restaurant will sign up with you. There's no wait time, no dollar fulfillment time, none of that crap. We've cleaned the decks and you'll see it happen this week. But so the second item was getting control of the pricing model with the restaurants. So they're our friend, we're their friend, we're putting more money in their pocket. And it's working. We know it's working because organically we're growing the business. And we have people in our own company trying to destroy our own company because they don't know what they're doing. Not that they're doing it maliciously. They think they're actually helping, but they're not. If you guys leave the strategy to us, you're going to win. If you try to intersect into the strategy and implement and talk negatively, or this company or this guy doesn't do this, that guy, this is not for you. Go work for Helms Bakery, man. I mean, I did when I was a kid, So, and I say that in the right way, not in the wrong way. I'm not insulting you. It just may not be your cup of tea. However, if it is your cup of tea, George Graham just hit the jackpot. If that's his cup of tea and this all works out, he hit the jackpot. And there'll be hundreds and thousands of him all over the United States in this company that will hit the jackpot because they're staying with what they've done and they're building their business and they're staying with it. And yeah, do they call me? Yes, they do call me, and they want me to hold their hand. And yes, I do hold their hand because I know it's at the end of the rainbow for them. So anyway, so 2 out of 3 are done. They've been done for a while. The third one, which is the whole of everything we're doing, we're going to outlay to you later this week, probably on Tuesday or Wednesday. And then it's turn on the lights because it's showtime. We're not going to miss a beat. You're not going to miss a beat. If you can't sign up people for free, there's something wrong. So that's where we're going with the company. But let me give you history, because history will define a lot of what you do in your life. It'll define a lot of what you do just in general. And history is a good lesson to learn. Like George Graham, he's tightly wound right now because he's hoping. So anything he's got is hope that this thing's going to work. But we know it's going to work because we got the right business model, and our people that we're working with know it's going to work because they need to deliver a product for their people. So one of the things we have to do is when we turn the switch on, we got to make sure there's drivers there, right? So George can't disappoint the day he turns on Orlando that he's got 3,000 drivers all ready to go and ramped up. Okay. Same thing with others. So we're going to make sure that there are thousands of drivers ramped up. You know why we're going to do that? Because we want George to be our first millionaire success story. Okay. And we're going to be part of his success, not with money. We're going to be the guys that helped him grow that business to $1 million income for him. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to make sure he has 3,000 cars available. You know how we're going to do that? We're going to sign them up for free. They don't even have to pay. We're going to get these people on board, and they're going to go, what? I don't have to pay a stipend? No. The company's going to pay the stipend because we still have to pay the driver. But we're going to give them months to do it. And we're not going to send you an invoice and say, oh, man, you owe us $39.99 for the last 3 months. We're not doing that. We're going to set up a program that makes sense. They're they taking care of their drivers, and down the road, they're making money, we'll make money. It's real simple stuff. But we're going to change the whole complexity of what we're doing to knock the socks off of our competitors. And that's the name of the game. We have to be shocking that they go, oh my God, what just happened again? But when it goes again, we're already online selling, man. We
Mhm.
got customers, we got restaurants, we got it all going. Technology's going, blowing and going. I don't want to hear the nonsense. This doesn't work. I want you to go to work and trust it's like if you're an airline pilot and you're in bad weather and you're a pilot, you have to trust your instruments. If you don't, you're going to die.
Mhm.
That's simple. And the same thing here. You got to trust the instruments. But these are the things we're working on. They're all going to be done this week. Here's the documents that I'm working on with Amy and everybody. We're all working. Todd's out of pocket today. His son is graduating and he's doing the right thing, the family thing, and that's important. But he's already involved in all this stuff. And as we get through the next, 48 hours, this thing's going to be nailed down. But you happen to be in the right place at the right time because you have owners of this company that really care about your ability to make earnings. And that's what we're turning on for you. We're going to make sure that you are successful. A lot of this goes back to Tony. I mean, Tony will say something. A lot of times I won't even say anything back. I just listen to what he has to say and I just grind it through my head. And I go, oh, well, Then I go ask 10 other people the same question. Get the same answer 10 times. I know I'm onto something.
It makes sense.
But yeah, so I don't know. Tony, you got anything you want to drop on?
I mean, guys, we're positioning for viral growth. The bottom line is, we've got, as Bob said, a pricing model that the big boys can't compete at all with. Like, not even close. There's no changes they could make to their model that would rival what we're getting ready to offer the marketplace. And so when you can beat them that badly, it's going to be interesting to see how many restaurants come on board over the next 30, 60, 90 days. And not only come on board as far as, yeah, you can deliver for us, but come on board and lock arms with us and say, hey, we're going to go out to our customer base. We're going to go onto our Facebook page. We're going to go onto our website. We're going to put a link to our website that just says order delivery now. And when they click it, it automatically is going to go to our menu on the Trip Deliver site. They're going to get rid of any links on their website to DoorDash, Grubhub. They're never going to want another order through those companies. And honestly, as we start to ramp things up, a lot of them will leave those companies. They'll tell them to take us off your website, and it's doable. The bottom line is I have cities with my old delivery business where we had so much better service than they did. We had the same pricing model, but our service was better, which we've got both, better pricing and better service. And I had some of those restaurant owners call me and say, hey, how do we get Uber to take us off? How do we get DoorDash to take us off? And we have a team of people that show people how to do that. And we'll do the same thing with Trip Delivers. We'll be able to help all your restaurant partners that want to transition completely away from the big companies that are charging them 30, 40% commissions every time a delivery goes out. We'll have a system in place where we can help them be removed from those other providers. Because the bottom line is they have a choice, and they can have a driver professionally pick up the order, deliver it to the customer, and they can do a great job. And they can either pay that person $12 to take that order, or they can pay them $2 to take that order for the exact same job. Every owner is going to choose the $2. So things are getting ready to pick up really, really quickly. Make sure you're positioned. Make sure your team members, especially your leaders, are starting to plug in. Just let them know, hey, it's always interesting when you're dealing with a startup. The road's not paved. There's no foundation built. But Bob has been bringing us closer and closer. He's brought on a team of people, with Amy, with Todd, with Evelyn. I mean, there's a lot of people. Remy, I don't want to leave anybody out, nor there's so many people, and he's bringing on more. Matt, there's more people coming on that you're going to start to see and start to hear from to really help to build the infrastructure to keep up with the growth that's going to happen over the next 30, 60, 90 days. So times are exciting. We did a call with Verb a couple days ago. Their programmers are on point. There's a little promo video they put together for us. I've got actually once we launch on our very next marketing training, I'm going to have one of their corporate trainers on our marketing call with all the marketers to go through exactly all the bells and whistles. Nobody better than, one of their trainers to go through that information. So a lot of things coming down the pipeline, guys. Make sure you're plugging in and make sure your leaders are plugging in so they don't get left behind. So, that's the best advice I can give everybody, Bob.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. That's good stuff. Here's the thing. We have how many people on this call?
56.
56 people on this call. We sent out 117,000 text messages last night. And actually, it was pretty funny because I was watching Amy build a little videos to go with it. We have this massive amount of people in our database that want to go to work and nobody's talking to them. There's nobody talking. All this 57 people are talking to themselves. Let me show you how idiotic this is. And I'm saying this in a nice way. So whoever wrote this, I'm not going to say your name or anything. They want to know how come the site isn't in Spanish. The site isn't been in Spanish. It's been in Spanish for months. All you got to do is go look for it on the website. And it says Spanish, click here. It translates the whole site. You guys got to get out of the 90s or the 2000s or the 2015s. This stuff today, technology, I'm not having a scribe sit in the back office retranslating product into Spanish or whatever other language we might have, which we do have. We have, Canadian English. We have, this site will probably be in 30 or 40 more languages over the next 60 days. So you're focused on the wrong issues. Let me tell you what I would be doing, because I think I'm a pretty smart guy. So I'm just going to shoot my mouth off for a minute. But I'm going to tell you exactly what I'd be doing. I'd try to figure out how to get every damn name that's in that database that we have in this company and start calling all these people the second this new program comes out, because it's game over for competitors. They can't compete. It's done. So it's up to you to do the heavy lifting, which is get that guy on the phone who recruited you, because you'll have his information, and start back recruiting him. Mm-hmm. And taking those 115,000 people and getting them active. You want to make money? You could make thousands of dollars overnight. But you guys choose to pick on the most mundane. Oh, do we have it in Spanish? And I hate to be so goofy, but you guys got to lift up see what's under the hood of the car. You got a Ferrari under this car, and it's getting ready to rocket.
Yep.
Some people are saying I didn't get a text. So I just want to clarify. It's not a text. It's a push notification through your app. So if you don't have the app on your phone, you would not have got it. And Meredith is asking about her notifications, which I know you go back and forth with support. You need to go to your phone people and learn how to use your phone.
Meredith,
because that's not our job.
Meredith, with all due respect, do not ever send another email, text message about this, because we've gone through it. It's not our problem. It's the phone company problem. Do not bother us with menial shit, because we have a business to really start amping up. And if you want to keep harping on that, please go join some other company, because we're not going to spend the time to do this. So far, everything you requested actually does work, and everything you requested is mundane. So I'm sorry to sound off again, but if you guys want to win, then get on the winning side of how to win, because you're not doing it. If you think Tony's a professional athlete, you think he got there by just kind of waking up in the morning, I think I'll go to training this morning. He's on fire when he gets up in the morning to go to training. He's got to be if he's going to compete. You guys can't take this lightly and start sending in text messages, because I will make sure that they don't get them in service anymore. I'm just telling you, I'm not wasting 5 seconds of our asset, our revenues, our anything to go do something stupid anymore. We've held your hand for a year and a half. You've been great partners for a year and a half, 2 years. Nobody said you hadn't. Now's the time for you to reward yourself. Go earn money. Go reward yourself. That's all you got to do. What else?
Willie was asking about people liking the video.
Yeah.
Because there's 53 people.
So let me give you guys a story, and I don't want to belabor it. How much time do I have?
It's 9:20.
Okay. So I've been doing entrepreneur stuff for a better part of 40 years, startups. And I've done a lot more than what's posted on anything that I've got. I've probably done 10 or 15 startups easily, maybe more. I don't even know. All of them look the same. They're messy. They're ugly. It's what Tony said, there's no infrastructure, there's no road, there's no signal lights, there's nobody says, hey, Bob, go park over there, and you know, a boatload of stuff is coming your way and now you got to distribute it. None of that happens. I guess you guys are used to working with real network marketing companies because they got all the goods, right? How come they're all out of business? They got all the goods, but how come they're all out of business? Ask yourself that question. Okay. And there are some that are phenomenal. I'm telling you, some of the best marketing companies, not network, best marketing company are network marketing companies. I am an actual proponent of network marketing if it's done right. The people that are involved in network marketing companies, by and large, are brilliant. And when I say brilliant, brilliant marketers, they don't let shit get in their way. They don't let, you know, a street light get in their way to be successful, because that's not their focus. They're focused on getting 80% of it right and go make a whole bunch of money and then fix the other 20% if you have to. So when I started a number of companies, they all have the same DNA though. It's pretty interesting. And I mean, really, it's interesting. If you take apart a startup company that I've done, and you could take 2 or 3 of them, and they all kind of look the same when you start undressing them and you start looking at, oh, well, what's that DNA structure look like? How come the systems do this, not that? How come this works, this doesn't? It's all in a flow, and you see it there bright, loud, and you try not to have the same mistakes, but unfortunately you do. And the reason you do is because you got human beings involved, right? And you don't have 100% of the roadmap done. You have 80% or 70%, and you're working towards that. The reason you win is because you're not focused on the bullshit. Okay, I don't focus on 10 minutes when somebody sends me a goofball email to tell me something that doesn't mean a thing to profits and earnings of our company. If you want to send me an email that says, hey, Bob, check this out, appreciate taking a look at it. That's all you got to say. Don't write me a book of, 15 paragraphs. Because you know where that's going, right into the trash can. I have a short attention span, but I have a really smart mind for picking up shit when somebody sends me an email. And the first thing is, if it's long, I don't even read it, I throw it in the trash. So just keep that in mind if you're gonna send me something, but please don't even send me anything. Just go to work, you'll fix your own problem. It's real simple. So when you look at that, so I started Home Club with $5 million. $5 million bucks, pretty good chunk of dough to start a new company with. Interesting though, you get feedback from the field. You'll believe these clowns out in the field that tell you, oh, Bob stole this, or Bob did this, or, and then you're hooked up with us. You want to be on the success side, so you hook up with us and you listen to that garbage. Well, if I was you, I'd just shut the thing off and not listen to the garbage and go find me a new company that's trustworthy of your money. In fact, I don't think most of you guys put very much money in the deal itself, other than, trying to work through and get an opportunity to get stock, which our competitors have never done to help any.
Right.
None. So we're ahead of the game. But so anyway, in that DNA structure, we started the company up. We had a lot of mistakes like everybody does. The DNA looks the same. Got the company up and running. Turned out, 36 months later, we were on track to do $1 billion in revenues from scratch. Not bad. 36 months later, we have $1 billion pace going in the company. So we do really well with that. We had a great offer to sell the company, all cash transaction. We made that happen. Art was one of the founders in the company at the time. So he knows the pain, struggles, the real stories, the bullshit stories, the whole 9 yards. So then I waited a few years. I started seeing a change in the industry and retail, which was called the internet. So in 1988, I hope all you guys are visionaries, okay? I don't know how many, I would like everybody to be truthful. But if you had $500,000 in cash in 1988, would you write a check to be part of something you knew totally nothing about? I did. It was called the internet. It actually was called the World Wide Web. And I went to a presentation. They gave me a presentation. I looked at the business. I didn't ask them, what's the valuation? I didn't ask them all the goofball questions. I wanted to know one thing and one thing only. Could I have the rights to use that technology to do what? Sell product online, which I had no clue what meant. I wrote the check for $500,000. I sold the company for $300 million. Not a bad exchange.
No.
Anybody tell you all the really ugly stories that we had at shopping.com, all the screw ups we had at shopping.com? You know why they didn't? Because we didn't have those problems. We built our own business from scratch. We said, hey, we don't need all you smart guys, all you tech guys. We already know what supply chain means. We already know what all this stuff and how it works and should integrate. So we built our own product from scratch. Took us 10 months, not even 10 months. And then a few years later, we're on a roll. We finally found the magic DNA. We had the same problem that we had at Home Club, the same problem that we had at shopping.com. They were all the same problems, similar problems we're having or have had here. Nobody gave up on the project. Nobody was throwing rocks at each other. In fact, we're doing quite the opposite. There was a lot of high fives. We'd fix something at work. Man, it was great. So we finally turned on the product. We said, we're ready to go. 1, 2, 3. We stopped because we weren't sure. We go, okay, let's run it through one more time. 1, 2, 3. We stopped. We didn't do it. Finally, we went 1, 2, 3, and we pulled the trigger. We did something north of, was it 500 million of revenues, some crazy goofball number in 90 days. And that's the way the game works. Mm-hmm. Works here the same way. We have a DNA structure of a business we don't know that much about. I mean, we know a lot about it. We've studied research. We've talked to hundreds of people, but we still don't have the correct answers. So there's a point where you just got to cut it loose. The last point for us was to figure out the last piece of the model, the third piece that fits into that puzzle to make us really understand how to kill our competition. And that epiphany only happened over the last 3 or 4 days. And because I had time, while yeah, I was, taking care of myself for 3 or 4 days, I had time to think and time to make phone calls to people in the company. You don't even guys have any clue how many phone calls I make a day to just people in our company. And it could be at midnight, 1 in the morning, it could be at 10 at night. But we figured it out. And once we figured it out, it was like, Jesus, turn on the lights, man. It's showtime. So that's where we are. There's a lot of stuff that goes inside. There's a lot of, cheap shots going on. If somebody doesn't get something right, somebody wants to take a cheap shot. And that's not the way you build a company. The way you build a company is through mistakes. And you have a lot of them going on. But we're there now. We've covered the bases. We're going to make some huge announcements. And it's truly going to be up to you how successful you want to be. Because I'm going to tell you exactly what I've learned from Tony and what I've learned from Todd. And what I'm learning from some of the other more people that have been in the network marketing, sales, direct sales business. And they just keep saying, Bob, don't deal with the negative people. Just go find the real smart ones that we can lock arms with and go build. And that's what I'm doing. If you want to talk to me, don't come and talk to me and tell me how you're going to fix something in our company when you haven't even signed up one restaurant. Go sign up 20 restaurants. I'll take your call all day long. I'll take you to lunch. But don't be the negative nanny that's just shooting their mouth off trying to impress me, because it doesn't. What impresses me is throughput, output, sensible conversations. I'll give you an example. I'm not going to say his name, but after our call the other day, I had another call. I was on the call for 45 minutes with one of our reps. And man, did I get a load. And it was all good, positive stuff. And that's what you have to look for. You have to look for the people that are positive, that want to drive the business, isolate them as leaders, and keep building the company. And that's what I've learned from Tony and Todd, other people in our company. Evelyn, who is not skilled in the sense of network marketing, direct sales. And we're really not a network marketing company. We're really a hybrid. But she has got such a lock on this business. It blows me away how much she actually knows about our business, meaning direct sales. So we have plenty of learning to go through, but when we light this up next week, we're done. It's just Katie bar the doors. I can't wait to see some of the expressions once this gets into the marketplace, because this will get in the marketplace by design, not by accident. Other stuff we hold back, but I'll show you, because you guys don't think I'm doing stuff. I guess you think I'm just taking a nap. Hold on. Anyway, I have a presentation from one of the largest ad agencies in the United States that deals in our sector. The guy's been trying to get me on the phone for better part of 10 months. And in the last 10 months, I've reconnected with him and we have a call this week. So now's the time for me to start moving our business along internally, which means the detailed part of marketing. How do we bring customers on board? How do we bring other people on board? All that stuff. So those things are starting to happen now. We're not throwing money away. We're actually going to start spending money wisely. That's the big difference. So I'm not trying to lecture. I'm just trying to give you guys, if you want to be successful, that's what it takes. It takes a lot of pain, man. You talk to a professional athlete, first thing they'll tell you about their professional athletic career is how much pain they went through to get where they are, because it is that way. But we're there. I'm so excited today, and I mean it. When Tony got on the call, I said, today's the second happiest day. The first day is when I said I'm starting the business. And today is, lighting this thing on fire in the next few days. Right. Now we see the proof of the power, and it's going to be viral power, believe me. And you can't stop viral power. Just can't do it. So let's see who else is on here. Ryan Anderton, what are you doing, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. DoorDash to sign up, restaurants, drivers can't wait on the new system to make it easier. What does it say? Just started working on DoorDash, sign up, restaurant. Oh yeah. So yeah, what's going to happen, they're going to see this unbelievable business model unfold right in front of them. And then they're going to call their leaders at their companies, if it's DoorDash or Grubhub, they're going to say, hey, I just have this competitor in the marketplace that's killing us. What do we do? And the answer is what? That's what. So, so you can go ahead, keep teaching, Mr. Rob. Thank you. I do like to teach. It's fun. I dig winning more than anything, man. So we're going to get back to the winning part of the game. We've been on the development side. It's like you get a great athlete and you're molding it and they're working it and they're training and they're getting the fat off the body. They're getting the quick start energy going, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's what we've been doing. Now it's time to go big or go home.
Game time.
Yeah, exactly, man. There's no butterflies at that point. You just walk on the court and you got to do your deal.
Yeah.
So, Jerome, thanks. Look, you guys have been beat up. I know what goes on in the marketplace. You're out there, your buddy's a driver, and man, look at my paycheck. Yeah. So what? How about getting those paychecks for nothing? Just doing a drive or picking up a restaurant order, all that kind of stuff, and you're just shoveling the money in your pocket. That's what we really wanted from day one, and we're as close to that as you can imagine now. So I wish I could share this package with you, but it's not complete. But you'll see it later this week for sure. Anybody else got any questions about anything? Cesar Morales, my buddy. Yes, it's Happy Mother's Day. Make sure all of us guys have to make sure we take care of our moms on Mother's Day. Let's see. Yeah, everything's it's good. You guys are, you're starting to listen, which I love. And that's the whole thing. You got to cut the nonsense out of what you're hearing and turn on the stuff that really makes you turn on. I'm going to tell you a quick story about somebody in our company, and I'm going to name him right now, Cesar Morales. Okay. I love Cesar Morales. He walked away from the company at one point, and he should have, because we disappointed him. But I always stayed in contact with him. It might be 3 or 4 months before I'd hear from him. He would text me, hey, what's going on? Whatever. And I would text him back. stuff. And then I can't remember if I actually reached out to him 3 or 4 months ago. And I said, hey, I got a guy I want you to work with in Tucson, with Kevin and Laurel down there. And I said, these guys really are getting it to rock. You guys can own that whole market if you just get in there and start working it now. With this new program, it's game over. You guys better sign up 200 or 300 restaurants overnight, because that's what you're looking at, your ability to do with the drivers and light these guys up. But Caesar's one of my all-time guys. I mean, he's a hero to me because he never quit. He just stood back and said, hey, I want to see what's going on, which is good. There's nothing wrong with that. Wait and see. That you're not going to die from it,
Mm-hmm.
And Caesar, besides he's bilingual, obviously, that gives us another competitive advantage in the market. We have a bilingual person that can help us in the Hispanic market, which is great. And, the thing that's interesting to me is how many people I actually do know in our company that I've actually been in a car with, had a beer with, or Caesar's case, a couple beers with. So that's all I've got, unless anybody's got anything else. Tony, if you got anything?
No, ready to rock. Excited for all the new announcements and the new program launching. It's gonna take things by storm. So it's definitely good times.
Yeah. So what I'll do is we'll put out a posting. We're going to do a little quick training maybe on Wednesday, and we'll do the new posting, the pricing, all of that one time. And that way you guys will get a handle on how do you get messages in through the posting side. It's not a text, it's a push message, which makes it really simple for you guys to reach out to people. I mean, it literally took us, 5 minutes to send out 117,000 push messages. And that's where we want to be. We want to get this thing up to 500,000-600,000 push messages that we can be flooding our customer base with, whether it's the rider, driver, whoever it is. We want to be able to reach out to them. So let's see. Oh, Ryan just answered me. He's gorking behind the scenes quietly. Get gorking, dude. Let's see. Yeah, just in case you guys don't know, Ryan's up in Canada, up in Toronto, and he's actually been helping us. COVID hit again and just kind of stopped everything in Canada. And he was actually right the day we're getting ready to launch, they shut the country down. So we're going to get everybody back online up there and get the country open, hopefully pretty soon. Get everybody back on track so they can start earning a living up in Canada. And I can't wait to get up to Canada myself. I have some very good Canadian friends I actually was just in touch with. And hopefully I'll see them in the next, 30, 40 days. That's all I got. If nobody's got anything else, we'll just sign off and make sure tomorrow you do a good thing by your mom. Make sure you get her some flowers and all the good stuff. And then I'll send out a notice maybe tomorrow, or I'll send it out Monday for a Wednesday night call. And Tony and I and Todd will jump on that. We'll go through the complete instructions, how easy it's going to be to contact people and what the new program is going to look like. And it's all built for you guys, man. It's your turn to shine. So, okay, guys, that's all I got.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Tony.